Morning, y'all. Right, busy day today. I'm heading away for a meeting tonight, so I've got to get lots of filming and editing done today. School run also. So we've got another swing coming at you today. This guy's struggling from over jaws and hooks, a few blocks as well. So we're going to look at what he's up to. Also, we're going to do comment of the day. Thought we'd do a new feature. Pick a comment that makes sense, a good question in the comments, try and answer it. So if you've got any good questions, comments you want to feature in a daily vlog, post it in that comment section down there. Also hit that thumbs up button while you're down there if you want more to see more daily vlogs. Also, if you like the channel, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. It's funny, if I tell you to hit the subscribe button and you don't already subscribe, more of you subscribe. I don't like having to do it. It feels a little like you should just subscribe if you want to watch more of my videos. So like, I don't mind if you subscribe or not. But it's like you need reminding. So I've just reminded you. Right, question of the day today as well is what club, so lots of you answered a question 2 days ago about what was your favourite purchase this year golf club wise. Today's question, what club will you never change? What's your favourite club that you will never change? Get down there, hit it up down there, let me know what it is. Should we take a look at today's golf swing? So this player complains of over hooks, over draws, a few pulls and a few blocks he mentions, but I'm seeing more over turn I'm going to see from what the movements are made here. So it's quite interesting, you're going to see the club going back behind him quite early. This is all a product of what is happening with this guy's club face. So we need to get some kind of control of this club face. What you're going to learn a lot as you watch me over time is that you all react to club face massively. The only people who don't react to club face are kind of raw beginners who have no idea what they're trying to do, like raw beginners. And even lots of them do even still react to club face. So if his club face in this twisted position, which is going to encourage it to often be close to a path, certainly de-loft it, he's doing everything he can in his backswing to set the theme of making sure he swings out to the right. He also talks about hitting the ball slightly clean, which is a common feature with this kind of action. So we're going to get control of his club face. I do quite like his wrist angles. So we'll have a little overview of grip, but we're going to do a lot of thinking and drillage around this right shoulder movement. I'll show you what I mean. Right, let's think about club face control with the way you move your right arm shoulder, and we're going to use this box of tissues to help. So anything flat basically can give you an idea of the turns you're putting in or not will help. So this box of tissues, I'm just going to point them so they're basically straight up and straight out in front of me. And I'm going to make a backswing now where all I do is I turn my body, but as I turn my body I don't in any way try to do this with my right shoulder. So I don't try to extend it back this way, all I do is turn. This elbow tends to go out a little bit, and then what happens is the tissues are pointing kind of down and towards in front of the camera here. Now let me show you the contrast if I do, as I make my body turn, this movement, so basically this movement with my right arm, so more of this opposed to this. Watch what happens to this flat box of tissue. So as I turn back, I extend, I stretch out this trail shoulder, this right shoulder, so that means tucking this in, pushing this back, so I'm going more this way, and look what happens, the box of tissues now points more kind of out in front of me and up to the sky. Let me show you what that means with a club face now. So with a club face, got my trusty magnetic stick. If I do the same thing, so not the tissues, the club face now, I'm going to turn and just let this elbow go with it. What happens, as you can see there, is the face starts to point that way. So if you see that in video, top of your backswing, club face kind of pointing here, that's going to be known as closed. For me, less lofted. Definitely could see over draws from these kind of club faces. Now, if I do the same movement, let this elbow rotate as I turn, you're going to see the club face now in a very different angle. One that you're going to see from a lot more better players. Club face control can really come from how you rotate this trail shoulder or not. Obviously it comes from wrist angles and it comes from where your hands begin, so your grip, which then influences different wrist angles, different turns. But so overlooked from a player who looks like they can move quite well, I would like to see a little bit of movement in this right shoulder without disrupting grips and other things. And I think we're going to see a very different move and control of club face. And this player's obviously hitting lots of decent shots. They just want to hit more. So putting this movement in might just get rid of those slight overturns. It might reduce 5 in a round down to 1 or 2. That's a lot of shots saved. So one last thing you can do as well, just to check what range of movement you've got here, is use one of these. Stand up, bum, feet, and back flat against it. Hold your right arm back and see how flat you can get it against this wall without having to do too much of this with your wrist. So you're going to find, so to keep everything flat on the wall, I do it with both. It's quite hard to get your wrist flat on this wall. You're going to feel it really pulling in here. If you struggle to get that flat on the wall, that's why, one of the reasons why you make the movement you do. So 2 options. You can just forget this and carry on, aim a bit further right and see if that manages it, or you can try and improve not only your swing but maybe your body. You could do this every morning just to try and stretch this out a little bit. Find a few other exercises, go to a TPI guy or go to any gym and get some movements to try and make this more mobile. You'll be surprised the amount of middle-aged and older men that I teach who can't move this shoulder that way is often quite surprising. Giving them a few exercises over a period of 3 or 4 weeks, loosening that up, can massively change how they manage their club face on arm. Wouldn't be daily vlogs without this starting again, would it? It is that time. Right, question. Comment of the day. So from yesterday's video. Mark, notice you have been asking the ball to go forward a lot recently. I reckon 99% of golf shots go forward. Can you explain why you say that, please? I am not taking that's the word he uses. So, look, I've got 2 shots here testing a 7-iron. One flying 157, one flying 151. So we've got 6 yards different in the flight of those. We've got 111 mile/hour ball speed on the 151 to 114 mile/hour ball speed to the 157. I will feel the difference in those 2. If you look at the strike of the 151 yards, we're 6mm low, slightly heel. Feel fine, that strike will feel okay, but it won't feel as strong as the one coming 4mm low, so less low, even though it's 8mm toe. Toe can be travelling slightly faster than the middle, or certainly the heel, fractionally. So that's where that ball speed is coming from, which I will feel. Now, if I'm hitting to say like a 161 pin, the 157 carry, it's going to land, it's going to roll forward, maybe it'll bounce a yard or 2 forwards. 2 yards or so short of the pin. It's a good shot. The 151 though, getting up to what, 153, I know that's not reaching. So basically me knowing what my limit is on the club, me trying to hit that limit, feeling that I've hit a slightly slower ball speed shot in strike, seeing a slightly different flight, that's the one I'm going to be calling to go forward more. That's going to be in the air and I'm going to be saying keep going forward, because I know I haven't quite done enough. It lands short, it's not a birdie, it's another par, more than a birdie. Next drill you can do again at home on the range at the course. You can even hit shots with this if you've got the level of coordination. Just 2 ideas of how much rotation can change club face. So you need to do both, the way you do it and the way I want you to do it. So get the club up in the air in front of you, standing upright. Then what I want you to do is just literally angle the club at say 45 degrees. So around 45 degrees. Now from here, just turn it behind your back, and then take the left shoulder down towards the ball, which is be your side tilt in your upper body. Just look what that does. That's why we see the club wanting to go off to the right, we see the face wanting to be slightly more twisted up to the sky. You know, we're kind of getting these angles a bit more. Then do the same thing, this time standing upright, just literally bend it down 90 degrees. Just flatten left wrist with lead arm as well. And from here, just turn it behind you, again left shoulder down, and you're going to feel this stretching this in, right hand back, extending trail shoulder. You're going to feel as well from this position that you're in a very different backswing position in relationship to elbow, more tucked in and club going back, and the club's in a very different position. And once you put it there, you can actually try and hit some shots from there. Do the 45-degree angle, flatten lead wrist with lead arm. Turn it behind you, just put the left shoulder down so you can see the ball like you would, and then hit some shots. Those ones I'd imagine if you can connect you're going to see more overdraws. And then the second one, just stood upright, 90 degrees down, flatten lead hand with lead arm, turn it behind you, left shoulder down and then hips up. The second one, if you don't feel like you're hitting more neutral shots there or even some fades, I'll be absolutely shocked. This drill's a little abstract because it's obviously starts so far up in the air, but it just makes you get that shoulder rotation in there to get the feeling of what it's like to hit balls with that movement. Thanks for watching, hope that helps. Post comments down below, let me know if any of that makes sense or not. You'll be amazed how much moving the arm can change your delivery paths and certainly face 2 paths of control, the club face. And it's something so many students have never really thought about. You get them to dial into that feeling, you can make some big old changes. Remember, on Monday, a subscriber of this channel, thanks to Bushnell Golf, is going to win this Ryder Cup Phantom Bushnell GPS system. So 1 subscriber, if you're not already subscribed, subscribe to the channel and you got a chance of winning that one. I will not see you tomorrow on Friday. Unfortunately, I've got meetings away, so I won't see you now until Monday. Have a great weekend. Let's hope the weather holds out in the UK so you all get to play. See you all on Monday.